Chapter 4, Mishnah 5. A husband may cancel his wife's vow at any time during her Naziris. This Mishnah discusses until what point in her concluding ritual he may cancel it. If the blood of any one of her concluding offerings was thrown on the altar on her behalf, in which case she became permitted to drink wine and come in contact with corpse tuma, her husband is no longer able to cancel her Naziris, since her vow no longer prohibits her to do anything. The next Tana argues that the husband loses his ability to cancel his wife's Naziris at an even earlier point in the concluding ritual. Rabbi Akiva says, even if just one of her sacrificial animals was slaughtered on her behalf, and its blood was not yet thrown on the altar, her husband is no longer able to cancel her Naziris, because that offering would then go to waste. The rule that a husband loses the right to cancel his wife's Naziris once one of her offerings has been slaughtered, according to Rabbi Akiva, or once the blood of one of her offerings was thrown on the altar, according to the first Tana, is not true in every case, as the Mishnah now explains. When, or these words said, when she performs the shaving of a Nazir who is tahor, that is, when she shaves and makes offerings to conclude her term of Naziris. But when she performs the shaving of a Nazir who is Tameh, that is, when she becomes Tameh and shaves her head and brings offerings in order to begin counting her Naziris again in the state of Tahara, her husband could cancel her vow even after her offerings were slaughtered and their blood was thrown on the altar, because he could say, I do not want a deprived wife, that is, a wife who suffers by being unable to drink wine. The next Tana argues that a husband could cancel his wife's vow of Naziris even after the blood of her offering has been thrown on the altar. Rebbe says, even when she performs the shaving of a Nazir who is tahor, and the blood of one of her offerings was already thrown, her husband may still cancel her vow, because he could say, I do not want a wife whose head is shaved. Since this affects her relationship with her husband, he could still cancel her Naziris up to the time she shaves her head.